Oi guys, yeah, it's Friday, but it's not morning now, it's in the afternoon. Or is it? It might not be right now, actually, thinking about it. Depends on when you watch this, right? If you're watching it in the morning, it's in the morning, right? But right now, in present time, I believe it might be late morning, because I went to the chiropractor this morning, got adjusted and that, and big old shout down there again. The Orlando Spine Studio, great people. Joe sorted me right out again this morning. Man, oh man, I don't know. He works that muscle up on my traps and that, and it's like, oh mate. So played again, matey. Helped me out there. So and I've got my old. Looks like I've got a bug on my shirt. Look, got something on your shirts, Steve. No, I got the old. It's windy out here, and I've been wanting to really try. It's not so windy this way though. Maybe I'll walk back. I don't really want to walk that way. I always walk that way. And it's windy, but I'm not really into the wind, and I wanted to get it into the wind a bit. Oh well, there's a bit of wind, because I want to try this out. Because I tried it out with the other one. I think there was a bit of wind last time, and I tried it. I was like, whoa, I couldn't even hear the wind. I was pretty impressed. So play to road, thank you very much, because all my equipment and mics and everything are all Rode. Even the cable on my that leads from my sound box to the computer and everything like that, the microphone and stuff. It's all, I've got blue Rode cable. Yeah. Anyway, but I wanted to you know, first give a big shout out to all those people that bloody support me. Let me tell you. I really, when I go through some of those comments and I start seeing people from all different walks of life that are saying, you know, hey, you know, taking an interest and wow, great, you know, that they really felt that, or I've had all kinds of comments, and it really does help as far as, you know, it's part of my therapy too, because like my therapist told me, you know, when you are a counsellor or a guide or whatever you want to call me, you know, you heal as well, because you're working on things that you're working on yourself and stuff. So it all works out, and it's the whole reason, you know, I do what I do, not to help me, to help others, of course. Oh, now it's really windy. Now we'll give it a test. You know, I didn't even realise I was going to get into this work. So when I got into this work and realised that people were responding to what I was saying, then it was all hands on deck, because I've lived with my mind with this anxiety and depression and stuff. Not so much the depression when I was younger, but the anxiety was always there. And to be able to help other people and help people get through certain things in their minds. And you know, I've had some great wins this week, even, you know, some realizations and things like that, and connections, and it's a great thing to see when you're sitting there looking at somebody that's all of a sudden, oh, I get that. So big shout out to all those people, and I keep in touch with, you know, I was talking to one this morning. I ain't going to say any names because they don't want to be mentioned, but they will know, because I've been talking to them through text this morning. And big thank you, because it's the whole reason I do the YouTube and the podcasting. It's not only is it really getting it down to helping a whole shit ton of people, which, by the way, go and subscribe, because and then you pass this around, right? You get this around to the other people that it might land in front of, and if it lands in front of the right person that could do with that message at that right time, then you don't realise what you just did. But you know what? Give yourself a pat on the back for being able to get the message out there. Just hit that subscribe button for me, yeah. And I want to talk about a subject that I was actually talking to in my own therapy this week, and it's a really freaking tough and hard subject, and I'm sure this subject is going to come up quite a bit, and I'm probably going to podcast on it as well. And I know a lot of the guys I guide, Maybe I'll cross over. I know a lot of the guys I guide, that comes up with the what I'm about to talk about, which obviously it's in the heading, but and that's about that silent treatment. Silent treatment. You know, I said to my therapist this week, or yesterday actually, because I was talking to her about it, because I got a little bit of a situation that's kind of cropped up. And to all of my beautiful friends out there that, you know, I may have pulled back a little bit, but I've been working on myself quite a bit. And I love each and every one of you. So, but you know, I've got a bit of a situation where it feels like someone's pulling back, kind of pulled back, and I ain't going to mention any names or anything like that, but this person, you know, I thought, I don't know what's going on, but it started to have that effect of silent treatment. And I go back with that. Now it's really windy, so I hope you can hear me. Let me turn my back around a bit, because it is pretty windy. I go back in, you know, I've had that done to me, and like I said to my therapist yesterday, and I've told her this before, and I've told other people that I've talked to as well, when it comes to silent treatment, I would kind of like to just take a punch, because at least with a punch, you take the punch, you get up off the floor. Yeah, you might have some trauma over it, but you know, you can heal up and patch yourself up. But when you've had that silent treatment, it depends on how far it goes back, and it can happen at any freaking time. And it starts hitting nerves with you. What have I done? What have I done? And that goes back, you know, every individual is different. Every individual is different. But you know, we all go back to, just checking, making sure I'm getting a signal. We all go back to, what have I done? And it can go right back to a kid, to where you may have had that done to you as a punishment or something. And that silent treatment eats at the kid, because now the child's looking like, what did I do? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And you know, that carries forward. So, you know, this individual, I guess I had a misconception or something, and I'm hoping I'm wrong, because I always give myself another side as well, because, you know, you don't want to be on one track. Always give the mind something else to think about, right? Even if you're getting angry, think, well, why am I angry? And then try and give it something else to think about on the situation. That may be like sending the brain to, well, why am I angry? And then calms the anger down. So I've been thinking, well, maybe things ain't getting out there. I don't know, messages or whatever. I don't know. So I sent, and probably the person may know, and I sent an email yesterday actually, just to, because the new me, the old me would have been scrambling to try and make somebody happy, and yes, that still has an effect. I'm not saying I'm completely free from any of that, but I'm able to work with it better, and see me instead of me wanting to please everybody. Like I say, I'm not completely, I'm no angel, I'll tell you, I'm not just by far. But I try and put a bit of a well, maybe the message just didn't get there. Maybe, I try and give it a bit of a perspective. But the larger side of it, because of, certain things that have happened throughout my life, that's a little bit stronger on the side of, what happened there? And then, what did I do? What did I say? And when I was I've talked about it with my therapist. Like I said, I did that yesterday. And there ain't nothing I say to hurt somebody on purpose. Whether that be on my vlogs, on my videos, on my... there's no way you can please every single person. It's just not going to happen. Even with what I do in mental health, I've got those guys that have stuck by me loyally, like I just spoke about. You know, one of those people I was just talking to, messaging, and absolute loyalty, just supportive. And these guys know who I am. And those guys know that, hang on, plastic bag, I'm going to grab that because we don't want plastic ending up in the ocean. And those guys know that I am completely and utterly supportive of every human being. The only time I'm not is if you go against me. Then I'm like, okay, why, right? So this all starts bubbling up. So I wanted to talk about that, you know, because what I was feeling, or what I am feeling, is silent treatment. And if you've been a young kid and you know, you're growing up and you've had any kind of siblings or parents or friends, I've had friends do it to me, right? In high school, didn't do anything. All of a sudden, 2 friends stopped talking to me, and there I am trying to get them to talk to me because I'm blaming myself, wondering what the heck have I done, and I didn't do anything. And it's a really good form of manipulation. It's a great control technique, because if you want the other person to start playing on their own mind, especially if they're good people, by the way, if they're good people, see what kind of hurt it gives. Because I would rather the new me, the old me never used to do this. But the new me, and I've done this before, and I've done this with another fellow, and he'll know who he is. He'll know who he is. He's another one. He's loyal to me on Facebook. He's loyal to me on YouTube, and follows me and stuff. And you know, we had a bit of a chat once, and there was some communication on both sides, because there was a little bit of a friction on something. But I realised that I wasn't even really involved in that. But of course, you know, again, it's that triggers, right? Triggers. But we talked it out, and there's an understanding, and there's more of a respect, because to come forward and talk instead of doing silent treatment, in my eyes, takes a lot more balls. Because silent treatment is real easy for the person doing it. It's not real easy for the person receiving it. And the person that receives it, it does so much freaking damage. I'm not kidding you. When I said to my therapist, I would rather you tie my hands behind my back and give me a full old welly in and get over that than silent treatment. Because I'm still, you know, and thank God for my therapist, because, you know, she started seeing another, because my anger went. Oh shit, man, my anger went as well, because it all comes in, you know, all because of silent treatment from a past. And when you don't talk about these things, when you don't reach out, and you don't talk about these things will freaking, they don't go away, they just stay there. You can go wherever you could try, you know, people will say, I'm going to move state. Yeah, what's that going to do? What's that going to actually do? You're going to take your head with you, your brain, right? Unless you don't want it anymore, right? You're getting some shade. But you know, you can't run away from your head. It's going to follow you, and it's about dealing with those things. So that's what I was doing yesterday, dealing with that situation of that, you know, that silent treatment. And I work with people with this too, because I have wisdom with this. I can connect with people with that and the understanding, and now I have the understanding of it a lot. But yes, do I get triggered? You're damn straight I do, because I didn't realise it was that was getting triggered. It took me, like I tell all my guys, to stop and think and question, what's going on? What is it really that's touching here? What's going on here? And it was that feeling of silent treatment that triggered the feeling of like abandonment and rejection and you're not good enough and things like that. That's what happens. The silent treatment will trigger. And if you've been a kid where you're, you know, anybody just stopped talking to you when you was a kid, someone you're close to, and then all of a sudden ain't talking to you for, say, a punishment or something, or a control or whatever, you're sending the message of, you've done wrong. You've done wrong. And I tell you, and it goes down the line, because, shit man, I had to break it myself. I had to break it myself, because I was going in that direction myself. I caught, thank God, knowing about it, learning about it, but not knowing the damage that it does. I had no clue until I started looking at what the heck that can do and what it did to me with like I said, the friends, right? It's like and you know, I've got other experiences and stuff with it. But you'll know, anybody that's been going through this or gone through this, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And all I do is I work towards getting the message out there, helping other people as much as I possibly can. Do I want to grow my business? Yes. Who wouldn't? I keep saying it. Anybody that's like, oh yeah, well, you know, no. Yes, of course I want to grow my business. Of course I do. Because if I get even more people into my business, more people are getting help. Yeah, I want to grow my business. And let me tell you, no one is standing there and saying that you shouldn't be making money, right? Everybody wants to make, if you're giving up your time for something, that's worth more than money. You can't put a price on it, you can't get it back. Right? God, it's really windy. I wonder if I can block it a bit, because I'm a little bit worried. Let me put you back in here again. So please get out, talk about it. If you're getting, if these things are coming up, right? And like I said, all I do is I want to help people. Yes, I want to grow. Yes, of course I do. And you know, and if that upsets anybody, then I don't know what to tell you, because people, like I said, if you ask my guys that are really loyal to me, you know, some of those I saw this week. And I've got people out there that still pass me, guys, and you know, like I said, I was talking to one of those beautiful human beings today, and still keep in contact with them, and they've been just supportive all the way, and nobody does that to somebody that they don't respect or rate as anything or don't think anything of. It don't happen. So, you know, and yes, am I going to get those, and have I had those that I've not? You know, the relationship ain't there, of course, yes, absolutely. But that's not what this is all about. It's about helping someone, because if someone comes to me, and I tell my guys in the intros, I don't know if you want to go with me, but I really would like you to get to somebody. Because you're obviously coming for something. There's something going on somewhere mentally, and I know my own mind. So please, if you're reaching out, just because I might not be the one that's, you know, not connecting, I don't really have much trouble connecting with people, because what you see is what you get. This is how I am. And even the way I dress and everything. I mean, this is it. I mean, I don't wear glasses indoors. I don't wear the old sunnies, but silent treatment is not a good one to be sitting with. And if you're using it, you might want to start reconsidering why, or what, or how did you start, what's going on with that. Because if you start using it for that reason, for control or manipulation, or it works, it absolutely works, but I'll tell you what, it's going to do some damage, because you might not even realise. All right, let me go this way, get the wind behind me. You won't even realise what actual damage you are actually doing. And you know, if it's happening to young kids, there's going to be things there. So if you're doing that, don't do it. And because it's not a good thing. I had to stop it. Like I said, I'm no angel. It was I was doing it at one point when I was a freaking good few years ago now. Because as soon as I got on my journey and started getting into my own therapy and working out all the fucking shit that was like, oh, oh really, it does that? Silent, oh, yeah. So, you know, when you know the repercussions of that, and you might be a living specimen of the repercussions of that, you'll know what I'm talking about. So listen, reach out, get that help. It don't, like I'm going to tell you, it don't have to be me, but go out there and get somebody. And please, the way you can get some help too is by, honestly, and I'm not blowing my own bloody trumpet, right? I guess I am a little bit with what I'm about to say, but go out there and look at my videos, please, because there may be, just because this one might not be ticking with you, there's other ones there that may be, and I've got a good few out there now. So go and check them out. Go and have a look at my past videos. Please give me a subscribe, because when you give me that subscribe, if you've listened to me this far, I must be saying something to you that's connecting, or something where you're agreeing with, or something you might not be agreeing, maybe not, but you've listened this far. But hit that subscribe button, please, because by doing that, you're really helping me out. And by helping me out, you're helping me get to other people out there that could really do with hearing a message. So please, if you can, I'd most appreciate it. And again, all those people that are loyal to me and support me and give me love, it doesn't go unnoticed. Much love to each and every one of you. Stay that course, guys. Namaste.